our mountain is out this morning, and we're talking about mountains and mountain climbing this morning in some ways. Talking about El Capitan in California's Yosemite Park. It is considered one of the crown jewels in the sport of rock climbing. At over 2,900 feet, it presents climbers with seemingly impossible obstacles to overcome in the quest to reach the summit. Steep rock face, daunting overhangs, life-threatening dangers with every movement a climber makes. And you are watching here Bellevue's Trina Seligman scale El Cap last month, and climbing that face is tough. Scaling that face, I guess I should say. But Trina did it while battling ulcerative colitis. That's a disease that often requires surgery to remove the large intestine, and that procedure can force folks to go to the bathroom as much as 6 or 8 times a day. So you can imagine how dicey that would be when you're in that situation, having that sort of a complication. And speaking of which, for Trina, the disease has caused a rare complication in her lungs, making it difficult to breathe. But despite all that, Trina did it. She completed a lifelong dream. She summited El Capitan and raised $36,000 for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation in the process. I mean, a true inspiration. Absolutely incredible. Trina Seligman joining us live in studio this morning. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Tell us about the moment when you climbed up on, they call it the nose?
Yeah, the nose of El Cap, yeah.
The nose of El Cap. When you climbed up on the nose, you were there, you made it, your dream had come true. What was going through your mind?
It was pretty emotional for me when I topped out, and I had been saving some energy on my cell phone to call my husband and my parents and Keith Magnuson, the owner of Stone Gardens Climbing Gym. And so I phoned them all. I knew I couldn't have done that climb without them and without their support. And I just wanted to be there, them to be there with me for that moment.
This is a legendary rock face. I mean, it is a really, really technical, tough climb. Was there ever a moment of doubt? Was there ever a moment where you were like, gosh, I just don't know?
I trained for 5 months for the climb, and the staff at Stone Gardens really helped me to prepare with all the technical work that I needed for the climb. But during that 5 months, I had some medical challenges, and I had my concerns, while I was training, whether or not I was going to make it there. But once I arrived at El Cap, we'd worked so hard on the technical part of it. I felt ready. My endurance was good. My medical doctors were making changes right up to the moment. They were sending me emails in Yosemite Park, making changes to my meds. And I knew medically I was going to peak at just the right time. We had a window of opportunity with the weather. And Mark Grundon was my professional guide. He was amazing. I had no doubt once I got to El Cap, we were going up, and we would have no reason to retreat.
Now, climbing, I think, in some ways is a good metaphor for what you've been through in your battle with colitis. You were diagnosed as a teenager, which is devastating in and of itself. Good that you got the answer that you needed as to why you were feeling crummy. But for folks not familiar with colitis, I mean, tell us how it's impacted your life.
Well, a year ago, I was dependent on portable oxygen and undergoing testing to get placed on the lung transplant list. The colitis causes a rare complication in my lungs. But my doctors made a change to my medication, and my lung function rapidly improved back to about 60%. And I just quickly started to make plans to go to El Cap. I was diagnosed with colitis in my teens. And Crohn's and colitis both present as gastrointestinal diseases. And I endured a lot of long hospitalizations, a lot of medications, a lot of surgeries. But I prefer to think about what it's given me in my life, not what it's taken away. And I think it's made me a much better doctor. And I think it gave me that internal drive, probably what I needed to get up El Cap with a gastrointestinal disease and limited pulmonary function, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you are a naturopathic doctor in Bellevue, and as science and technology improved, I mean, along with funding because of warriors like you, you went out and raised $36,000 as part of this adventure. Do you see any encouraging signs in terms of treatment for Crohn's and colitis?
There is so much great research, And as somebody who likes to practice integrative medicine, I am equally excited about the new drugs that are coming out on the horizon as I am about natural medicines and diet therapy. And patients have a lot of reason to be optimistic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've climbed El Cap. You've run marathons. You know, there's a lot of people in your situation and with your challenges who would say, you know what, it's just too hard. I'm just gonna take it easy. I can't do all that. But you have, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what's next. Everybody keeps asking that, and you can't really top El Cap. It's the Everest of all big wall climbs. But I've had a great relationship with Stone Gardens. They donated $20,000 to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation on behalf of this climb. And I know we're going to continue to work to fundraise together. It's a great partnership, and I'm going to work to raise more awareness for Crohn's and colitis and hopefully help other patients you know, with their integrative care and to improve their own health.
If folks are out there and they would like to learn more about Crohn's and colitis, or they would like to donate or help in some way, well, where can they go?
The website I have set up is called c4now.org, the number 4now.org.
Okay.
And all the money that I raise, 100% of it goes to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation towards research.
And Crohn's and Colitis Foundation's website, I believe ccfa.org.
Yeah, they may have changed it to ccf.org.
Oh, ccf.org.
They're now calling it
anyway,
Crohn's and Colitis
you'll find it. Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, great organization. Trina Seligman, congratulations
Thank you so much.
So
I
nice to have you
appreciate
on
your
this
time.
morning.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, ladies, over to you.